Welcome to diving. In this exciting and social sport, you'll develop flexibility, strength and power. If you're new to it or want to brush up on some terminology, here are some key terms and phrases to help you on your way. Platforms are the fixed, hard boards that don't bounce and are usually at 1 metre, 3 metre, 5 metre, 7.5 metre and 10 metre heights. Springboards are flexible, bouncy boards, usually at 1 metre and 3 metre. A perfect straight entry into the water, which doesn't make a splash, is a rip. A series of skills or dives in the same direction, starting with a simple skill and progressing to a more difficult one, is called a skill chain. They're the building blocks of more complex dives. Start with perfecting the first step in the chain before moving on to the next. There are several different dive directions, which refer to the way you're facing and rotating whilst performing a dive. For a forward dive, stand facing the water and rotate forwards, away from the board. For an inward dive, stand with your back to the water and rotate forwards, towards the board. For a back dive, stand with your back to the water and rotate backwards, away from the board. For a reverse dive, stand facing the water and rotate backwards, towards the board. A twist is a rotation of the body around an axis, running from the head to the toes. You can perform a twisting dive in forwards, backwards and reverse directions, and from an arm stand. Arm stand dives are performed only from platforms and begin from an arm stand facing towards or away from the water. They can include forward, backward or reverse rotation, and many include twists. In a tuck shape, pull knees tightly into your chest with toes pointed, hands on your shins and head positioned looking over your knees. This tight ball shape leads to the fastest rotation, so most dives are taught in this shape first. In a pike, bend your body at the hips with legs straight and together, chest on knees and arms either wrapped around the back of your knees for a closed pike or out to the sides in a T for an open pike. In a straight shape, your body is straight with no bend at the knees or hips, with legs and feet together and toes pointed. The direction, shape and number of rotations in a dive are each represented by a numerical value. They combine to make a dive number for each dive. These numbers are used in competitions for judges to note which dive you perform. Each dive has its own difficulty rating, determined by the number of rotations and twists, the shape and which board it's performed from. The harder the dive, the bigger the DD value. In competition, the DD is multiplied by the judge's score to give the overall score for a dive. Keep dry and warm between dives with a soft absorbent cloth known as a chamois. If you're interested in finding out more about the sport, why not volunteer for your club? Learn more with our free online poolside helper courses and have fun.